Howdy folks, my name's Darren from RC Scan Models, and today I have another kit. This one's from Airfix. It's 148 scale, brand new Buccaneer S.2C/D. Been waiting for this kit for a long time. Hell of a lot of people have. It's about time they finally listened. Airfix is starting to update some of their kits, and like they did with the Vulcan, they upgraded and did a new version. Now we're having a new Buccaneer, and they're bringing out really good subjects. Let's take a look at this one. Okay folks, let's take a look inside this one. The kit number is A12012. It looks like it's going to be a nice kit. We have this side of the box of Airfix is where they do their stuff. This is a little bit of information on the aircraft. If you wish to read it, pause it. Several marking options, which is nice call outs. It is the Navy version. Obviously they'll probably bring out the Air Force version probably later. I'm not sure if you could do the Air Force version out of this though, but it is skill level 4, 4 flying hours. Cartograph decals, which does state on... doesn't state that. Yes it does, sorry, there it is. And both sides of this kit is going to be the same. It is still sealed, it's still factory sealed, it's only just arrived. So let's get into this one. Haven't seen any reviews on of this because obviously the kit's only just pretty much come out, so I don't know what to expect. Oh, I wasn't expecting this. Separate bags almost, or parts. So hopefully they are starting to listen, because we don't like everything stuffed in one bag. So that is nice. We have, looks like some of the weapons, the wings. Now I can see some of the body and the bomb bay. Ooh, this does look good. Ooh, ooh, I am intrigued. We have all the paperwork. So let's take a look at the paperwork. So this is the instructions. We have the markings. Very large seat. They look pretty good. We're going to take a closer look at that in a minute. Colour callouts is 4 markings and stencil data, so we get to that in a minute. Airfix's usual wing structures now, they have upgraded theirs slowly, and they are slowly changing things as they work through it. Information on the aircraft, history, Airfix's way of doing things, more languages, stuff to pay attention to. Red parts is your next step, and it just draws your eye to it so you don't get confused. Drill parts, cut, weight, that etc. times 2. Straight off the bat it states here. So here is just basically saying refer to page 4 and 7, choose which markings and weapon loadout you prefer to build. So there is different loadouts and some slight differences with the aircraft, so pick your options now. And it goes straight onto the weapon loadout for each markings. So system A, you have these parts on the underside of the wing you have to take care of, because that's going to be where your hard points are going to go, and that is your weapon loadout. B is going to be again different cutouts, different loadout. Option C is slightly different, and this one has the bombs. D version carries the bombs in the middle of the bomb bay, and we got some, what's that on the wings? Nothing on the wings, but we have the bombs in the middle. And then now we're working on the aircraft itself. We have the 2 seats going together as standard. Now each of this is the instrument panel cluster, and it's all deckled. and more carpet section. I am going to wait for a little while until hopefully Quinta or someone like that, or Red Fox, brings out a 3D printed set for this, because it's going to look superb. There's a couple of upgrades I would like to do for this, like the cockpit area, just to give it that nice look, because I think it's just, the kit parts are good, but I just want to go a little bit more, and I just want that touch. Just the decals are not going to quite cut it for me. You know, you're working in the seat. I think the seat's going to be more than fine. You've got decals for the seatbelt. That's not going to cut it, although I'm going to replace that. But the actual seat should be perfectly adequate. So it's two halves. Your seat cushions going in. Then you've got your decals and your overhead deck cord, which you pull to get out of the aircraft. And then you've got the other seat, front seat, to do as you work your way through. So that's the rear seat and front seat. There are slight differences. Then we have this part of the cockpit area. This is for A, this is for B, C and D. I'm not sure what they are actually though. It could be the center console, which is here. It's going to be a little bit lengthy video because there is a lot of pages, so I do apologise. Under wheel well section and cockpit floor, some bulkheads. These are the sections. You can see it's, if it's raised, then then you probably could get away with painting it and doing post pens and dry brushing and probably get away with it. But if it's not and it's just flat, then a 3D cockpit set, like I mentioned before, is probably going to be the good way of going. This is more cockpit section where all the parts go. Now you've got your instrument panels going in, a couple of areas. You've got your flight stick, bulkhead. This is going to be for the ejection rail for one of the seats to go up against. This is instrument panel. This looks like the front seat. Nope, sorry, that's the back seat, that's the front seat. This looks like part of your nose cone and part of the radar system. It is requiring 15 grams of nose weight. I'd probably try and pack out as much as you can if need be. And now we have, oh, that's slightly different, I've noticed. We have that inner cone that we just built, which has the nose weight, is separate to the actual frame of the aircraft. And it's got keyed as well, so that's a nice touch. Now we have the side of the aircraft is of the main nose. More detailed parts as you've got here and here. Now we've got an option to drill out some sections here, 1mm holes, if you're going to have your boarding ladders for your pilot and Rio. I have seen a picture from Airfix. Check this out quickly. This is the aircraft built on the ground. Does look superb. So I'll probably do mine just like that. So having your boarding ladders. Now the other side of the nose, and it's more cockpit detail. And now it's the typical way of sandwiching everything together. So it's the cockpit once it's built, the nose weight, and the front noses. Making sure you've got a click. That's a nice touch. See, they've never done anything like this before, and they're changing it slightly as they work their way. The instructions are getting better, the kits are getting better. Yeah, hopefully it's going to be a nice kit. Now we have this front cowling piece just over the front, behind the instrument panel. Upper HUD display piece, I think that is. Now this section is the part of the body, but engine detail, wheel well possibly, wing spar, some kind of section that I can gather. More structural parts, more structural. This is looks all structural inside the aircraft, and possibly part of the bomb bay or wheel wells, I don't know. This looks like wheel well section as well. This looks like more section actually leading into parts of the engine intake section. Build step 40 to 43. However, build if the engine covers are closed. So yeah, so if you're going to have the engine covers closed, continue these step 40 and 43, which should be here and here. Like I mentioned, being on the ground with the fog covers on, which hopefully is in the kit because it does show it in the picture. That's how I'll do mine. You're probably going to have to do this section being closed. And now we have another section up here. This is for miss out step 44 and 47 if building the model with the engine's covers open. So that's again nice touch. You can have the engine's covers displayed. That's the nice touch. So again, I didn't realise that was in the kit. That's a nice option. So I'm going to have it open. I think more stuff to look at makes a better model. Now we have, so yeah, so to have these cowlings open, looks like you've cut them out. I'm not sure, does it make sense? If that piece slots in, don't glue, and this one is, I don't understand this. Use H10 if temporary to check for size cutout. Oh, okay. So this is this kind of jig kind of thing maybe, and then you've got to cut it out. This is your door parts open. Now these sections, I'm not sure, these look like maybe mini fuel tanks. Don't know, anyone knows what this is? Looks like flaps. And now we have the superstructure again of the middle of the aircraft, upper section going in. It is asking, what are these symbols? I don't remember seeing them symbols. That's no glue. So these sections here saying no glue. Nope. We have these section here with more drill outs. This is for wing fold section as well now, so if you're having the wings folded, which is a nice touch, you've got these extra pieces. Problem is though, if you have the engines open, will the engines be open with a wing fold and the cockpit open and the board letter? Would all of that be a thing? Or would the wings have to be open for them to work on the engines? These are part of the wing fold again. This is the main part of the wing. These extra tips on the end. This is more wing fold. These are your flaps. Repeating the process again. See step 171 on page 34. Doesn't necessarily say what that's for though. I'm sure we'll get to it. Now this section is for the wings to be in the deployed mode if you're having it in flight, or wings basically open. Same kind of process, but we have the wing. This section that attaches to the main wing is slightly different. Now attaching the wings and then salvaging it all together. More holes to drill out to allow for clearance with on page 22, do not use glue on the surface highlighted on red. So yeah, so this section here is, they're telling you not to glue it. I don't know why as such. Now we have more structural parts over the open engine sections. If you're having it closed again, these are the covers, these are the hatches. More detailed parts through that section. Part of the tail assembly and this little plate of the piece. The back of the aircraft does have like this split fin, I think is for the air brake, which will be built up later. Doesn't quite show that yet. Tails get attached. Front nose gets attached. It's quite modular, so that's probably why they've done it, because maybe the Royal Air Force version is slightly different to the Navy. Is there a single seater version as well? I'm not sure. Intakes going in, left and right. Covers, these outer covers are like that metal colour, so that might be easy to paint and then you attach them. back parts of your engine as you work your way on. Now we have small flaps. We have a degree angle on them, which is a nice touch. More flaps, again 30-degree deployment angle, and little actuators for them, left and right as you work away. There's a lot of pick and choose. Again, I do like that. Like I mentioned before, there is a ton of options how you want to display yours, so no two kits are not going to kind of be the same. Some people might have the canopy open, the wings deployed, so on and so on. Now we have the tails, 2 halves. We have these giant tabs. I have seen these before, but I did read somewhere something with the intakes, they were keyed, so you can't make a mistake, because the old Airfix kit from the early days, you could make a slight mistake by gluing the intakes the wrong way around, but somewhere I did say it was keyed, or Prancher, he did say it was keyed. Now we have the pylons, we have tips for the tail, again optional parts, which is here as well. Tail flaps going in, doesn't have a degree angle though. We have the rudder, and this to build on the model with the air brake open, follow step 95 to 99, miss out step 100 to 101. To build the model with the air brake closed, miss out step 95 to 99 and go on to step 100. So this is all to the air brake being closed and open option. So this looks like the open option. Again, I have noticed there is a ton of parts and a ton of options, so you really have to be careful you don't make a mistake. It's quite a complex kit, and like I mentioned before, Airfix are stepping up their game, and this is one of them. Now this looks like the closed version. And then we have detail parts near the bomb bay section, hatches, piping, wiring, superb detail. Landing gear, 2-piece wheels, landing gear, wheels, struts, that's nicely done. Repeating the process on the other side. Weight on wheels as well. Diameter of the tyre to the wheel, 11mm. They've never done that before, but they have now. Gives you the colour call-outs as you work your way along. Don't glue. So why they're saying do not glue? That doesn't make sense. Are they clip fit, so they're going to rotate? So why do not glue them? They possibly do have pins, so they're going to rotate. But if they're going to rotate, why would you have them rotate when there's a flat point on them? It doesn't make sense. Touching the landing gear, which is at a later stage, which is a nice touch, so you can paint all this and get all this ready, weather it, do all your stuff you need, and you can attach all this towards the end. Landing gear doors, again, you can attach later, which is a nice touch. Just making sure they're all nice and straight. And now we have tips of your wings, aerials, pitot tubes, that kind of thing. Again, options A, B, C and D. Just be careful. We have detail parts here, I don't know what they're for. Arrestor hook for landing on the carrier. More detail parts. And a canopy option, which is down here. Pilot figure within the kit there should be 2 pilots hopefully, because it does say ×2. Paint guide as you work your way around. Again, more options, which is a nice touch. Now we have an inner canopy piece, and then we have the outer canopy, which is main glass front, and then we have the actual main canopy over the top. So we have option A, B, C and D. They're slightly different in the canopies. You see this one's got deck cord in it, and this one hasn't, so there was some upgrades. Hopefully this is raised or recessed to enough so you can get this white paint in there. Postscript pens may come in handy for that. So again, just be careful. Canopy open or closed option. Refueling probe open or closed option. More detailed parts as you work your way along with these lumps and bumps, these aerials and stuff. Weapons now. These are TV monorated support missiles, so I'm not sure what they mean by that. That's probably would it be radar signature missiles, like not infrared but the guided stuff, missile bombs type. This is the assembly for that, so you've got two halves for the body and then your fins, and then attaching to your pylons. These are AS-37s. So the body and the fins slightly different of a missile. Are these anti-ship missiles? Anyone can collaborate on what type of ammunition, sorry not ammunition, but what type of missiles and stuff these are actually designed for. This is all new to me, and I'm going to have to do a lot of research on this aircraft, because I'm not sure what a lot of this stuff is. More pylons, your standard rocket tubes or pods, or launchers they call them on this one. Fuel tanks, doesn't say in gallons, but it doesn't matter. But we have other tank sizes as well. More pylons attaching 1,000-pound bombs. So 4 inside on the wings. It does state at the start what loadout you want to do. Your boarding ladders, as you build them up, there's 2 of those. Again, it's optional. We do have the fog covers, which is a nice touch. So I'm definitely going to have them on with the ladders. We even have the covers at the back as well, which I didn't even realise. Again, nice touch. They are painted in a darkish red colour. And then we have the built model with the wing fold options at the back. Very nice. So we have stencil data. Love them or hate them, but they are there. First marking option. So we have this one, aircraft 801, Naval Air Squad, HMS, and Hemden, 1969 is that? I do have difficulty with reading, so nice colours called out. This is the extra dark sea grey colour for the Navy aircraft. Just check your references. I think that should be pretty damn good. We have these colours at the side. We have the red for the fog covers. Work your way around. All aircraft are going to be this grey colour, sea grey colour. We have this aircraft again, 809 Royal Naval Squadron RF. This is a Ark Royal this time, August 1978. So I might do this one from the Ark Royal. We have this option now, 803 Squadron or Air Squadron, Royal Naval Air. This is Scotland 1969. 809 Squadron again, against Scotland 1970. So yeah, nicely done. Giant decal sheet, all done in one piece. It is cardograph, so you're going to go down no problems. The carrier film's right up, butt up close, so there's no overbleed. You will get that with this lettering. It is one big square basically, but they are, I don't know, they're not a gloss and they're not a flat, they are a semi-gloss this time. But they all are sharp. The roundels are dead sharp. Do apologise about that. So as I say, the roundels are pretty good. This are pretty clear. These squadron markings are very nicely sharp in colour. The blue writing is in sharp. We have decals for the harnesses, seat belts, whatever you want to call them. I won't be using them. We'll replace them, but these are definitely nice and sharp. Royal Navy, very nice and done. And you have all the dials for your cockpit. So if it is recessed and it's all raised and stuff, I could get away with doing it that way instead of having the quinter, but I shall see. We shall see. Where shall we start? Very first part, this giant bag. I do like this. I haven't chucked it in one bag. Missing my pen, not my pen, knife. Always check your bag though, even if they are single bags, just in case parts come off. So these are very large sprues. I might have to adjust this camera slightly because I don't think I'm going to get them in, because these are very big sprues. So there you are, folks. It's a massive sprue, bigger than normal. So we have the nose section, the air brake is the open one, which is all moulded as one part. Parts of your intake, your cockpit tub, parts of your tail, the lower body section with the bomb bay, upper section. These sections are for the intakes. These are metal colour, so it's all nicely done, painted easy, and then they'll attach them. So let's try and show you some of this detail. That's what I mean, Airfix are just really stepping up their game, getting much better, nice and crisp and clean. Yeah, air brake section, all those rivets. Are they recessed? No, they are raised and recessed, detail all over that. That is superb. Oh, there are ejector pins on the other side though. Yeah, sadly there are ejector pins on the other side, so you will have to take care of those. And then on the inside of the noses as well, there's quite a few ejector pins. Hopefully they're not visible though, because you have got, don't forget you've got the inner parts. So just test fit everything before adjusting. Now this section with the bomb bay, all the rivet detail, superb. All the hatches raised and recessed. Damn, this is superb. The upper section, superb detail. And we have the intakes, no doubts will be slide moulded. The tail section, just as good as before. This is all recessed. Cockpit tub. So it looks like we do have sections. So again, I'm not sure what I'm going to do about it until I see them. As part of that instrument panel though. So it is all 3D and raised, and so again, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Now we have this large sprue. Now this is the inner section, intake sections, parts unit, turbines and stuff, intakes, all of this, engine detail. So there is only one side that opens by the looks of things, which is not a problem. Sidewall detail, your pilots, hopefully they're a little bit better than they used to be. Bulkheads, these are discs, I'm not sure what they're for though. So we have these sections here. These are probably, I can't remember now. There are two types, but the detail on them though, again, is superb. Now the intake section, it doesn't look too difficult of a kit to build neither. The instructions look quite complex, but for parts don't look too bad. Now that's detail. Sidewalls, I think that may be part of the wheel well, if I remember correctly. Parts of your turbines, more bulkhead and structural and intake section, more turbines. Paint these silver with a wash, come out nicely. More intakes. They're not full length intakes, but they're surely long enough, almost. Part engine. A little bit more wiring and stuff, and weather that up nicely. And then more structural bulkhead. There are your pilots. They don't look too bad. And these, I think this is the nose section, which was the keyed, if I remember correctly, which asking for the 15 grams of nose weight. I'll try and pack out as much as you can on there. And then bulkhead, that looks good. So now we have wings. I know, sorry, this one we're going to take a look at is the weapons and fuel tanks. Again, I'm not familiar with the bombs. I know they're £1,000, but I don't actually know what they are. And same as these weapons. I think they're like anti-ship weapons, I'm not sure, but feel free. I am going to try and do research on this and try and work out what I'm looking at. So we do have the rocket sections and the body and the fins, fuel tanks, body, pylons or whatever, more fuel tanks and the £1,000 bombs. So it doesn't look too bad. Now we have the wings. So main wings, tails, structural parts, flaps, wing fold but open version, wing fold closed version, flaps, more tips of your wings, because the wing fold is, the tips of the wings fold as well, so this is what these parts are for. So we have nice clean wings and recessed raised mixture, which is the raised section right on the end here, and the rivet detail. This is superb. And even vortex generators, which is raised. Now I wasn't expecting none of this. I can't believe this is Airfix. It doesn't seem an Airfix kit. It just doesn't seem possible. Holy cow. All the sections for the wing fold. The wing fold open. Detail parts. Back of the aircraft where you clip into the air brake. And the wings, upper wing section. We do have some ghost in there though. You can see the jet pin coming through. For not jet pin, but it's these tabs. So hopefully a bit of paint and primer hopefully should take care of that. And then this W piece, superb. I wasn't expecting all this detail. It just does not seem like Airfix at all. So we have a mixture in this bag. That's clear. So what are we looking at? Alright, now we have ejector seats, wheels, landing gear doors, seat section, the pull handles, more wheels, cockpit detail. This is what I was interested in. So it is all 3D kind of thing, so I'm still torn what I'm going to do, Quinta Studio, or am I going to try and paint all of this and put my own decals in and do it that way. I really don't know what to do. If I want to build it now, I'm going to have to do it that way. If I want to wait and see, I don't know. But it all does look damn good. There's pull handles for the cockpit area, which are the black and white stripes. Again, poster pens are coming handy just to do those stripes. Your seats, your wheel detail. This goes over the cockpit area. More seat section. The wheels, doors. It's getting rather thin as well, the plastic. You can see straight through that. What I mean by being super thin, I'll show you. So I'll turn my light on my phone, and then if you can see how thin those sections are getting. You see how thin the plastic's getting, but it's not a problem. They all managed to pull it off though. So going back to the detail, we have all the piping. This is for inside the wheel wells, if I remember correctly. This is part of the landing gear. These are your main wheels section. They don't look too bad. Again, they are weight on wheels. This is your main landing gear. Super beefy and chunky, just for how it should be for landing on the aircraft carrier, because it is such a hard landing, especially with the ship going up and down, and then as the aircraft comes in, it's gonna be a nasty jolt. I'm still torn about this cockpit detail. I really don't know what to do, but it is nicely done though. And here is all your ejector seats. Again, back in the day you would probably try and upgrade it to resin or whatever, but the detail on this is more than sufficient now. It looks so good. As always, you're probably going to find someone who's going to pick it and say crap things about it or whatever, because things are not done right. But what I can see, it looks good to me. Now this sprue has some detail parts on it. These are the fog covers, front and back. Piping, your board and ladder section. These are the struts for that actually, sorry. These are the tips for the top of the tail, if I remember correctly, and these are the pipes for the engine, if I remember correctly. I can't remember what this is for. These are the doors. So there's those covers to go over the intakes. These are structural parts for the ladders. Detail parts. I can't remember what these parts were for. Top of the engine. Sorry, not top of the engine. Top of the tail, if I remember correctly, actually. Arrestor hook, piping, refueling probe, if I remember correctly, I'm not sure. I mean, the doors with the same raised and recessed detail on it all over. There's a couple of ejector pins inside this one though. Oh sorry, this is the mask, this is that template for to cut that section out so you could have the door open. This is for the cover to go over the open engine section, sorry. So ejector pins on there is not a problem because that's only a template anyway. Last sprue and then it's a clear. So this is the cover for the Bombay doors. These are extra fuel tanks possibly, can't remember. Don't remember seeing that part, I can't remember what that is. some detail parts will be work away. These are the rocket pods or rocket tubes launchers. Again, these are done. There is tips inside, so there are rockets in here. They're not empty. And then obviously the main tubes for them. The tips. These are like more pylons for your weapon loadout. This piece, I can't remember what this is for. Is that where the rest of the hook sits? I can't remember. The Bombay door section, I think, because some of them are open and some are closed up completely. And I think these are more extra fuel tanks. Oh, goddamn cough. Clear parts now. One screw for clear. Nicely done, nice and sharp. Again, the canopy is slightly different. And the front nose is slightly different. We have this nice smooth oval shape, and then we have this weird section cut out. I don't know what it means or what it's for. And we have the main canopy closed section. I think the canopy slides back anyway, and this section has that deck cord in it, and it is kind of raised a little bit, recessed. Is that recessed? That's recessed very slightly though. I don't remember. I might have to look at the decals again if there might be a decal. I don't know how I'm going to do that. The clear option, which is probably the better way and less work, but I do have a scuff on my canopy, which is a bummer. The inner canopy piece, little windshield piece. I remember seeing these parts, these tips, and these, and then lights as well. So nice, very nice. There you are, my friends, another kit from Airfix, 1/48 scale Buccaneer. Looks like a beast of a kit. Hopefully it goes together nicely from what I can see. Been waiting for this for a long time. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.